Welcome to TPK Roleplay, and welcome to the 19th episode of our Curse of Strahd campaign, Dark Echoes. This campaign, while based on the standard module from Wizards of the Coast, has been modified using additional content from a variety of sources. Dark Echoes will be a vivid exploration of the classic Gothic horror tropes and monsters of all kinds. It may be a brutal, stressful, and grim experience and is not for the faint of heart. Please know that those of us around the virtual table have given our consent to explore these topics together as respectfully as we can, but if you, the viewer, should feel uncomfortable at any point, please make sure to step away, get some air, stretch your legs, and check in on us again later. And with that, I am Lukalak, and I am your Dungeon Master. Players, please go around and introduce yourselves.
Kolyana, the Human Ranger.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kohlrabi. I play Colin, the Human Antiquarian.
Morning, everyone. I am Tyrant, and I play Charles Winchester, the half-elf druid.
Hello, I'm Tony. I play Toby, the lizard folk barbarian.
Guten Tag, I am Tuck. I will be playing Dr. Rudolph von Richten, the Monster Hunter.
Okay. So, where we last left off, you had left the town of Vallaki mid-coup. What has become of Vallaki, we do not know. But you are out on the road again, the Svalich Road, heading west towards the town of Krezk. You have come across a small hut called Greenteeth Enchantments, nestled just beyond the tree line. And you have walked up to it, and let me pull up the for you to see. I'll just tell you again what you see. Nestled just beyond the tree line of the old Svalich Road, the hut is an odd sight to behold. Perched atop a set of wooden scaffolding resembling rickety stilts, and draped with an array of flickering, luminescent mushrooms, bulbs, and insects trapped in jars. This wooden hovel serves as both home and shop, it would seem. A poorly painted sign on the main road directs travelers down the dirt path that leads to the hut, advertising Greenteeth Enchantments. Solicitors will be stewed.
I walk up to the door and knock and say, "Solicitor!" Just kidding.
Does it smell of stew?
It smells of many things.
Including but not limited to...
Yeah, let's tell you what you smell. You smell kind of like an animal scent. A swampy, almost rot smell. Lots of mildew, damp moss. A lot of acrid kind of potion smells. And just the whole place kind of smells old, like it's been here for a very long, long time.
Smells like my attic in here.
It smells like my home.
Fair.
It smells like the lair of a hag. I suggest you all be on your best behavior.
Well, you can't just assume and be calling people names like that.
Yeah, and like a best behavior and just like, listen here, bucko.
Is there a better, more appropriate name for a hag? Like,
Usually a granny.
Grand sister.
There we
Old
go.
one,
Granny or Auntie, I guess.
Elder, is a honorific in this land.
All right. Well, I am not the best talky talk one. So, Sir Van Richten, why don't you go knock on the door?
I haven't been knighted yet, but I'll put it on the list. Ramses, fade out here. And, the game is paused. I would love to approach, but I'm frozen in time.
Yeah, and I am going to tell you that all of you, as you approach the door, Van Richten, you begin to feel as if you are being watched. The chill of the autumn air seems to lessen slightly, and there is a strange scent in the air that will remind you of a trapped animal.
Cautiously then, I will continue and knock on the door.
Okay.
Oh.
The door is made of plain gray, dry rotted wood, and the door handle is made of badly corroded copper. The oxidized copper matches the green theme of this shop. And as you knock, you will hear a voice distantly call out, "Come in."
Very well. I'll reach for the handle. Is it open?
So, you take a deep breath, you reach out towards this yellowish green copper door handle and try and open the door. It creaks open with this amazing with this long kind of piercing groan, and you can see that the frame is bulging inward slightly as if straining against the extra weight of the building that it's now forced to carry without the door's support. The door opens about a third of the way and then stops suddenly, apparently wedged on something.
Well, let's scoot in to the side then.
Colton,
It does that sometimes. Just give it a good shove. The voice will call out from inside.
kind of.
While this is happening, can I, before I enter, peek in, and can I see the person talking?
Where are you peeking in?
In through the door.
So from the opening, you can catch the faintest glimpse of the room beyond. However, Van Richten is kind of taking up, this door is open really only wide enough for about one person. The space appears to be filled with all sorts of crates and bins and pots and jars, but the interior is too dimly lit to make out specifics.
So my my sus alarm is heightened a little bit. Does the voice sound like the one we heard on the road before, or does it sound like someone different?
It does sound like the voice you heard before.
Cool. All right. Good enough for me in this place. I'll enter.
Are you just sneaking through it? Just a good shove. Just, put your shoulders into it.
Come now.
The voice...
No, Colin.
Well, it sounds familiar. It is female, but there is an odd echo to it, Colin. As if it's coming from deep within a winding cavern.
Well, that's usually pretty normal. Well, I'm already inside, so I'm not gonna try anything I thought of doing outside. So here we are.
I'll attempt to give the door a little bit of a...
From the outside, because I'm showing you as already inside?
Well, I want to get in the door, kind of...
Yeah, can you roll a strength check for me?
Oh, I'm very good at those. Being so strong, and strength check. Okay, just a regular one.
Mhm.
All right, 14. Look at that.
Okay. As soon as your shoulder kind of impacts against the worn wooden surface of the door, whatever was holding it back or holding it in place seems to effortlessly give way. The door bangs hard against the wall of the shack, and your momentum carries you off balance into the darkened interior. You trip on a burlap sack lying abandoned in the middle of the floor, and go careening into a small table, knocking over a large clay pot that shatters on the ground, spilling broken pottery, and what you desperately hope are chicken bones everywhere. And then the voice will again cackle from the dark. Yes, just like that. Do come in. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Just give me a moment to finish putting on my face, and I'll be right with you.
Can I look
Around
to
the room, several candles spring to life, bathing the interior with flickering yellow light.
Are the rest of you gonna come in, or is it just me and Ricky Rick over here?
I think I'll wait outside. Thank you, though.
Grand.
Be careful, Ramsey does get nibblish.
As I'm
Winchester-
petting him.
He's a good boy.
Winchester, is there a reason you are not joining us? Do you see something?
I don't see anything. In these situations, I prefer if... I don't want us all in the same basket.
You would rather that if one of us or two of us to get turned into hag stew, that you would be safely out here, not in hag stew.
Well,
They were talking
if-
about smells earlier. Perhaps that's that.
well, say some crazy thing happens and everybody inside is turned into sheep. Toby and I could then run in and save you.
We're all already sheep.
Yes, go write your manifesto.
It is fair. It is fine. I just be prepared to join us in case we're not sheep. Who knows? Perhaps she has wonderful cookies for us.
Yes. I would also like to,
And we'll all turn into gods and leave this land forever.
well, hopefully.
Van Richten, you stand up from this shattered pottery all over the floor, and you will notice right to your left, and you're fairly confident it wasn't there before, a broom and a little dustpan.
Yeah, I can read that pretty clearly. I'll start cleaning up some of the shattered pottery.
Yeah, you take the broom from where it is leaning up against like an old steam trunk, and an identical clay pot to the broken one that you smashed, that's now under the table in pieces. And as you sweep up the area, you find that the pan never seems to contain any broken pottery. None is left on the floor when you finish gathering up the mess here and the small kind of bones and just sweep it up.
You have a lovely home here.
I'll shout out down into the echoey void.
For everyone coming in, the air feels warm and humid with a slight tang, like the breath of some wild animal. The dominant smell, Toby, seems to shift constantly and randomly each time your mind pins it down. Fresh rain, a forest in spring, wet earth, rotting vegetation, and the overwhelming aroma of flowers are some of these smells that you kind of cycle through just as you pin it down on what the scent is. It seems to change again. The rest of you, as you look around, and these candles kind of spring to life, lighting up the place, what you see is the inside of this shop is much larger than you expected, yet somehow still manages to feel claustrophobic against all the clutter. Winchester, you outside lose sight of your friends as they walk in. As they seem to cross the threshold, everything kind of grows fuzzy to your sight. And you are unable, it's almost as if seeing it from a far distance, you're unable to make out hard shapes anymore. As if the whole building just kind of fuzzes upon the threshold. The rest of you inside, there's tables, cabinets, bookcases, shelves, racks, trunks, every container imaginable, all overflowing with items. The walls, what little of them you can see, are covered in hand-drawn and painted posters for plays, acting workshops, and theater productions, as well as a variety of woven tapestries. And then at the far end of the room, you can see a low waist-high counter with an open doorway and a beaded curtain.
Before anything gets too far, basically the second I walk in, my whole operating procedure is going to be annoy Luca, which means I'm going to just kind of slowly walk around the room and every 6 seconds just look at an item and discern if it's magical or not. So however many I can look at and see if they're magic before something happens, just let me know.
Yeah. Okay, so many things in here are magical. The whole place is kind of brimming with an energy that you can't quite pin down. You can't quite discern what it is. It doesn't even feel like a traditional school of magic. But there's just this old energy permeating every bit of this room. But as you're walking around, it's part flea market, part theater prop department, part hoarder's paradise. There's moth-eaten dark purple curtains over the windows around the shop. And if you lift one to look out, you will see just a mist-shrouded swamp on a gray autumn day, rather than the forest that you stepped out from.
Just real quick, after that, I would try to use my training in Arcana to see if I can find the most dangerous item in the room.
Are you?
Situation.
Yeah. Please
Well, I want to read
roll.
a bad situation.
I'm just trying to prepare before anything kicks off. I'm not gonna touch it.
Are you casting anything?
No, I can just roll.
Just trying to identify?
Whatever you want, oh glorious
It's just you're
GM.
using, what's your skill again? It's like your eye for antiques or something?
Yeah,
What
so
is that
I can look at any item and scrutinize if it's magical or not, which is the base ability, but then I also have a plus 11 in Arcana, so.
Okay. There is a set of mirrors, and one of them is quite ominous in feeling. She seems to have handwritten labels, like for sale tags almost, below the set of mirrors. One of them is labeled fairest, the other one is smartest. There's one that's most likely to succeed. And there's one without a label towards the back where you can see it's most of the mirror paint off the back is kind of faded. And it's quite worn down, and it does not have a label. And if you were to walk up, she will step out from behind the beaded curtains and just say, "Oh, don't stare too long into that one."
A lot of... Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Jeny walks out and will look at you. Oh, you again. Welcome. I told you to come find me, and you did. Good job. So sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to my humble establishment. She is tall and very gaunt around the face. Her eyes are mismatched. The right one, a deep, almost black green, while the left one is a bright orange, like autumn leaves. Her skin has a slightly jaundiced tint, and her lips glisten with a vibrant crimson gloss that she's kind of hastily slapped on, it would seem, that shines in the candlelight. Her neck is very long and bird-like, completely unadorned except for a swirling design of dried mud and ash that continues down her arms and onto her torso like some strange, like, primal war paint, almost. She's wearing a loose sleeveless robe with it's like some thin, wispy, greenish fabric riddled with holes, and underneath is a dark leather bodice with a wide linen skirt. Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. You have a lot of fine items. And then I'm just going to kind of stand and lean back and let Van Richten and Irina kind of go from here as I look over at them and just obviously stand still for a moment.
Greetings, Miss Greenteeth. I do not believe we've had the chance to cross each other's paths before.
No, but I know of you. Rudolph Van Richten, the famed monster hunter. I believe I even have a book of yours laying around here in the shop. I accepted it as trade for an item a long time ago.
Hopefully it's a good one. Perhaps we might work out another deal. I could sign it for you or something. But let's work on it later. But I must ask, what are you doing way out here in the woods?
I could ask the same of you. This is where I live.
Interesting. I was not aware there was such a strong presence of the magic on the old ways here.
There
yes,
is still some left.
That is good. That is good. We are simply traveling and came across your humble shop, and my companions would not stop, or rather, needed to stop to greet you and see if perhaps there was something we might be able to barter for.
Yes, of course. First, though, since Van Richten, you are a celebrity, I must have you sign the book I have of yours for anyone who comes along and wants it. And she will, like, turn her back to you to rummage through some shelves. And as she turns her back for a moment, you can see running down both sides of her spine are 2 sets of bright silver rings piercing her skin, and her bodice seems to be laced tightly directly into her flesh. And she will turn back with a book that you recognize. Though it is a little worse for the wear, but it is a book penned by you. And since we are playing online, and I cannot give you this handout in person. If you would like to, you may. There is a PDF link, if you click on text, that will take you to my beautiful handout that I made.
Luca,
Mm-hmm.
first, this handout is great. Second, I'm going to be annoying again. Immediately, the second she pulls it out, I'm going to make sure that it's not magical in any nature. Just
It is not.
stare.
Yep.
Whew. All right, continue to just sit in the corner.
Please write your name in this book.
Yes. I'll make sure to add a little. Is there anyone I should make it out to specifically?
Oh, well, I would say dear customer, but that probably isn't what they would want. Just leave it vague.
All right. Dear. And he'll write, dear adventurer. Ensure that this is worth it. Rudolph von Richter. MD. MH.
Okay. She will take the book back. Thank you. It will have much more value now. And you will see that her forearms and hands are immaculately clean, and impractically long, perfectly manicured, and the nails are painted a vibrant green. Thank you. Is there an item that you possess or require desire to possess that I may help you with?
I was seeking a great many things. I was curious if you might have something that would better us off in our fight against the undead, magical creations, things of that nature. I'm interested, of course, and I assure you I have fairly bargain.
Of course, I have many things. You may look around if you would like. Will your friends be joining us? It is almost night, and there are things in these woods that I am sure they would not desire coming across.
If you would spare their safety, I'm sure they would feel much more at ease. You understand what this land can do to a poor soul.
Of course. No, they are safe here. You may even rest here, of course. Under my hospitality.
Colin, if you wouldn't mind alerting the two that they are under the protection of the owner of the home.
Yeah, I can do that. Just a real quick question. We do have a rather large party and a rather large friend. Where would we be staying?
Oh, I could conjure up some cots for you if you would like.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right.
There is
I'll be-
also a downstairs. If you would like, we could see you to some proper quarters.
a basement in this area? I would think you wouldn't have a basement with flooding and such.
Support the table.
How grand. Anyways, sure, yeah, I'll be right back.
Well, in the meantime, do you have anything meeting to that specification?
I have many things, but it is such a vague specification. You call it specification, and I use the word in kind, but it is not so much of a specification as a random want of nebulous desire. I do not know what you would need.
I enjoy keeping my wants nebulous. It makes it harder to pin down. Makes it easier for me to haggle, yeah?
It also makes it more difficult to serve the customer.
That's true. I will. What do you think, Karina? What do we really need right now? We are all in decently supportive health.
Winchester and Toby, are you guys coming in? Is Colin coming out to fetch you? What's going on outside?
I mean, I've just been chilling with the tiger here,
Uh-huh.
eating parts of my face spider still.
I forgot that we have a giant cat as well.
I assume that's what you meant. Oh, we have a big person outside. I thought you had the cat.
Yeah, the cat. So no, I mean she's really nice, and has offered us to stay on some cots. So if you want to follow me inside, we have safety here for the night.
DM, looking at the map that you have provided for us, it looks like there are some bioluminescent bugs that are floating about the place.
Mm-hmm.
Are you just gonna sit there and ignore me and look at bugs, or would you like to answer?
I'm prefacing. I have been collecting fireflies this entire time.
Oh.
And putting them into a glass jar.
Okay.
I now have a jar of fireflies. So just so that we're clear on that point. Yes. It is getting late, and if we are going to stay apart for the night, I would rather not be in the forest alone. So, Toby, Con, I suppose we should go inside.
Yeah, I assume she already knows exactly who's in our party and knows about the cat. I asked if there was room, and she said yes. And there's a basement and cots. So, I mean, it's not the inn we've been staying in, but at least there are not, a bunch of bloodthirsty cultists and crazy barons to wake us up in the middle of the night. So
a basement, as I kind of look, and the house is on fucking stilts.
Listen, I asked the same question, but
Luca, before Con and Toby go in, I'm gonna walk over and pat Con on the head and pass him. And as I pat him on the head, I'm going to cast Beast Sense.
Mm-hmm.
Which is essentially if you have a familiar, you can see through their eyes and all of that good stuff. So
Con denies you, is not willing.
Ooh. Get him.
I assume we're friends. He's a good kitty.
All right, you have to roll to see if you're friends. All right, I'm sorry, just kidding. Go ahead.
I mean, this is up to Van Richten.
You're on the list of people who is not on the eat list.
Okay.
Con's training was eat, don't eat.
So you are reaching out and just casting something on what was his name again? What did you name him, Van Richten?
Con.
Well, sure,
but it's just quick and simple so that I can kind of get that link, right? And then
Okay.
I'm gonna step to the doorway. Does that link persist?
I don't like it when you dash to go look.
Do you even pause the game?
It does. It does persist. However, everything's kind of hazy and dark through the link.
Okay. So we're on the same plane. That's good to know. Listen, you told me that I was all fuzzy and shit, and I was like, that's weird.
Is the bridge gonna hold my weight? 'Cause I know you said before it was creaking,
It
even
creaks.
rickety.
Yes, it creaks quite perilously, but it does hold as you walk across.
Shock and awe.
Okay, she will look at you as you all come in, and then she'll go, and Con will come waltzing in as well.
I'll,
through the door.
So I still have about half, probably down to a third of a face spider now. And just kind of like, offer her some?
Thank you, yes. And she will take a bite of it, her kind of long teeth.
Does she want like a leg? She want like part of the
Touching
face? Or
the
does
light.
want
She will
thorax?
take whatever you like hand her. And she will actually, she will, after she crunches into it, she will reach into a large bowl on the counter that you hadn't noticed before and just kind of gingerly picks up a small item between two of her very long nails
Her
and
bugle
pops
fingers.
it in her mouth and bites down with a crunch before sliding the bowl towards you. Say, candied beetle? I make them myself. It's an old family recipe. Simply divine. I have no bread to break with you. I did not bake any today, but if you would like to, of course, partake in our hospitality arrangement, you may have a candied beetle, and we will consider it the bread.
I don't think I've ever had them not alive. Is it just pick one up and just pop it?
They're delicious. They're crunchy and slightly sweet with almost a cinnamon spice to them.
Spicy nuts. Ooh.
I think I have come up with an idea, if I might quickly convene with the group. I have an offer to make you for an item of something I want. It's not so nebulous.
Of course.
And I'm gonna kind of like motion to huddle up real quick here in the corner and like.
Yeah,
Look
real
over
quick, Luca. Is my vision still fuzzy in here?
No. Once you step in, it seems clear in here.
I believe we might be able to ensure our safety should one of us fall. I do not know a full collection of goods, but we might be able to get preventative measures should the worst happen. That's at least what I'm thinking.
How would we do this?
Well, I'd ask her for an item that could restore someone back from the dead. And then she will demand something of me. I will make a counter offer and we'll haggle.
It seems like a powerful bargain, Frederick. And are you sure that's something you want to do with someone who deals and offers?
Yes. That's why I know she's reliable.
What are the parameters of what you're thinking of?
Well, something that would return someone to life without having to have their eyes melted or kind of like looking over. I mean, as someone whose death would perhaps be more... Shall we say, I have a theory that if you go, this place will become a lot less hospitable.
Well, I understand that, but a lot of the time those things have a certain window. How long is this window for what you're going to ask?
An item at our disposal. A soul for a soul.
No, how long since someone died do you have?
Oh, very likely it's a moment.
As you guys are all sitting there, without really noticing a change, you will suddenly realize that the room has slightly changed around you. There is now a very cozy, large stone fireplace to the side of the room, and there are very comfortable, old, overstuffed chairs, one for each of you. And she will look at Con and just, go on. And he will kind of slink past her and past the beaded curtain and what sounds like down some stairs.
Yeah.
We could also ask for information on location of our items. She's well traveled and likely has magics to divine such things.
Certainly, we could ask all of these things, but she asked us to come here. I simply wish to know why.
That's fair as well. But if we wanted to make a bargain, I simply didn't want anyone to feel left out of the loop.
I would offer what I can to make this happen, understanding that I recognize that something will need to be given, but there is a limit.
It should be fine. Well, as fine as giving a material component, directly connecting yourself to a powerful spellcaster could be, but...
Oh, I've already done that, so it probably can't be that bad.
Wunderbar. So, nothing to fear. Well, to ask your question and we'll bargain afterward. I feel yours has a bit more weight to it, yeah?
I don't know about that. And Irene is going to look over and notice that the room has changed. Lady Greenteeth, this is beautiful. This is so nice and comforting. Thank you.
As you look over at her, you will, rather than politely pretending that she was not listening to your conversation, she is just standing there, staring intently, her right eye just kind of dark and inky looking at you.
It is good to see you again. A familiar face on this road.
It is wonderful that you came. Please sit down. Night is drawing on, and I am sure you will want to rest. I have some things to take care of as well while you decide all the things that you desire to ask of me.
Irina will politely find a seat and sit down on the edge. Madam, I just have a few questions. If you have the time, I do not wish to keep you from your errands or activities.
Just Jenny is fine, dear. None of
All
this
right.
madam nonsense.
Then, Jenny, I wonder... Things have changed since we were with you last. My party members look different than they did before. Have you seen the man that we were with? Do you know who he was?
Yes, I do.
My understanding is that my fate is tied to that man. I understand why you might not have said something then. But I wonder if you might do something to help now. Is that why you asked us to meet here? Meet with you?
Ignoring your last question, she'll just kind of lean in. How would you like me to fix it?
Fix it. I don't intend for you to... I would like help. I would like to free myself from this man, from this curse. I would like to free Barovia. But I will settle for vengeance.
I don't know that there is much I can do to help you with this. However, perhaps it is time for a story. Perhaps we sit and rest, and I weave and tell you about this land. I do love sharing tales of the past. I have such a good memory. Remember everything in great detail.
Toby, you hear that? We're gonna get a bedtime story. Are you ready?
Toby's gonna raise a hand. Do you have anything warm to drink?
I do. Is there anything specific you had in mind, dear?
No.
Do you have any good soup?
I do
We
not
don't
have
just
any
drink
soup.
soup.
However, and she will turn and climb down a little bit of a ladder into a room, and you will hear kind of a sloshing of a ladle. And she will come up. A drink for you.
Just like random fucking drink made out of ladle. This is just sketchy
It is
as
in a
shit.
wooden cup, and
Ooh,
smells
ooh.
like it smells kind of like a nutmeg smell, but it is yellowish in
Ooh,
appearance.
free eggnog. Nice. Yeah, I'm taking it.
I'm just gonna stretch and crawl into the cot and get ready for the bedtime story. And
Well, there's no cots yet. It's just overstuffed chairs. But if you sit down in the overstuffed chair, she will actually take a seat as well in a very comfortable chair that, again, seems like it has been there this whole time, but you did not notice before, in front of a large loom, a wooden loom, and begin weaving through the threads as
In
she
fear-
talks to you. Go ahead.
In fear of breaking and ruining a chair with, spider bits, I'm just gonna take a pop squat on the floor.
Okay. What is everyone else doing?
How long have you been in these lands? That you know so much. Were you there at the time that they
Oh.
occurred?
So long. Sometimes it feels like forever.
Were you here before the Dark Powers claimed this place?
Was I here?
Yes, in this land.
Let me think on that. I don't know. Jenny was not here then.
It's fine. I was excited for an account. I'm looking forward to your
I
stories.
do have an account of times before, if you would like. It is an old, old tale. And who knows how truthful it is these days.
You find that is the best you can ask for sometimes, and he'll produce a small notebook. You won't mind if I take notations while you're doing this?
Oh, of course not.
Very good. It's writing another book, you see. Try to capture the history of all the land.
You and your books.
It's a good hobby. Pays a little bit better than monster hunting, even. And take a seat, of course.
Okay.
So when I walked into the hut,
Mhm.
you said that my connection to Khan was fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
When he entered the hut, was it still fuzzy or was it fine?
It was fine.
Okay. I would like to see through Khan's eyes
Mm-hmm.
to see what's going on in that basement.
In that basement. Okay. Yeah, Khan went through those beaded curtains, and behind the beaded curtain was like a small rickety wooden staircase that leads down. The walls are rough mortared stone, and the stairs go on for at least 90 feet, shifting under his feet without making a sound. And you can hear like his breathing almost, and it's quiet and muffled as if like dampened. And it seems to lead down to a small, comfortable auditorium of sorts. Probably large enough for about 30 people, with padded wooden benches and a large stage.
Oh, okay.
And he's gonna just kind of pad up onto the stage and kind of lay down a bunch amidst a bunch of like old stage props and mannequins.
Okay. That's interesting.
Jenny's the high school, middle school janitor that never left.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything? All right. I'm going to
Getting
say we
ready for
take
the
a
story.
break here. And that'll allow me to try and fix what's going on with my mic a little bit. And then we can come back. Okay. All right. We will be back in 5. We're back.
Yeah. Okay.
So you guys wanted to take a little bit of an aside before story time begins, so feel free.
Yeah, we just have some theorizing going on. But first, I kind of want to open up to the group because some of us were stepping away. Hey, gang, who do we think Jeny Greenteeth is?
She's a hag.
I'm buckled in for the story. I don't know about y'all, but me and Toby are sitting close to each other, sipping on our nutmeg water, and we're ready
Oh
for the
God, I
story.
hope it's not nutmeg water. That's fucking awful.
Right.
It's
I
not
hear you,
egg.
man. I hear you, man. But like, who do you think Jeny is? Like, in the context, like, is she just a hag?
I mean, I don't know. I've never played Curse of Strahd.
What does it mean
so-
to be a hag?
Is
Right,
It means
anyone
to be an
just
incredibly
a-
powerful spellcaster. No, because chill. Because check it. She said she hasn't been here since before Jenny hasn't been here.
Jeny hasn't been here. Jenny's a
Since-
manifestation of something larger. for sure.
Or Jenny was a normal hag that got pulled into Barovia and has been taken over by something greater within the land, which is what these silver rings in her back are, which should be anathema to her innate fayness.
Listen, I just want to say I love the speculation, but also, does it matter?
Yes.
I think it does matter. I think, like, because I think, first of all, hello, never played Curse of Strahd before. And Lucas specifically asked, like, hey, will you guys do this, like, conversation on stream? So there's
Yeah,
that.
you were starting to theorize, and I just wanted it.
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
it.
So
Hmm.
here's a guess from me, a note taker of who I think Jeny is, or what I know about Jeny thus far. When we first met her in the woods and she had that weird cart, she said a bunch of weird like shit, which was very cool. Let's see. I gotta
Oh.
find.
She was gonna weave your hair into a tapestry and
Yeah,
met the weaver as a goddess of the land.
Yeah, and we did an insight check at that point. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so she's collecting odds and ends, mishaps in the weaves of fate. She could see Colin too, which was a big deal at the time. The dead will be rewoven back into the tapestry, the great weave, meaning like people are like going right back into it, whether that's like the magic weave of like D&D, possibly. But she talked about her sister. Where did that note go? That she was looking for Laura Stoneheart. And there was something else that she said that I took a note of that was like, crap. Where is it? Da-da-da.
I mean,
She's out of focus, like with the spyglass. Like she's not of the mist. She just like couldn't be seen. So here's my guess. I think Jeny Greenteeth and her sisters or whatever are like tied to the three goddesses that we keep seeing in the motifs. I think that they are Jeny is like what that being has been reduced to or like forced into hiding with like Strahd's influence on the land.
One
There
of the
were
Thanes.
these one of these 3 goddesses who like roamed the earth. Shit got weird, so they're still here. And I don't think that means they were good before, but like they're still here, this power, and they're like acting in other ways. Jeny is not like what we think she is. Like whatever she is, she's not what we think she is, because she talked to herself in like the 3rd. You don't just talk about yourself. Well, Jeny wasn't here. Like I was going by Melissa. Like people don't fucking say that shit.
Yeah,
So-
well, definitely she's in a skin suit, or for some reason has a tied-on skin suit. But
That's
I'm-
fucking weird, and I don't like it.
There's 3 ladies. She
But
who
I'm just
hunts,
chilling.
she who weaves, and Lady of the Lake.
This one
And-
must be she who weaves.
She's
Or
she's who
she
weaves.
who hunts.
So I think
She's at
She has
a
a,
weaving
she has
table.
a
I mean,
straight up
be-
fucking loom. I'm pretty sure she'd be, Lady Weaver.
I think Madame Eva plays into it. I think this chick plays into it. I think Stoneheart plays into it. I
I'm
get that
not-
Eva's a Vistani,
She's
but
Vistani,
there
and
was-
they all have the gift of prophecy. That's my
but
thing.
she had that picture of her though that was all walkie-do in her tent that I saw and scoped out.
Back from when she was like young. And
Yeah, but it was what was in it? Like it just keeps that's where I'm at. I'm trying to pick up like on the larger whatever's going on here.
sure.
And Jeny, like, she's not, because we met just hags. There was the 3 in the bar at the very beginning in the village of Barovia, and like at the windmill feeding Toby terrible dream pies. Like we've experienced.
They were
thank you.
tasty dream pies. I would like to iterate that. and have
But
it
bad
noted.
for you, full of human preservatives.
Well, Toby don't know that. They were just tasty as fuck.
They talked.
Listen.
To
But anyway.
Yeah, thank you, Luca, for pulling up the painting. And there was another one, like, it's hard because I need to, like, do a cross-reference.
Well,
I
'cause
do
look,
have a note that it's very angry. Toby dumps soup. How dare Toby?
I didn't dump shit.
You
definitely
did.
dumped the soup because it wasn't
you dumped
pie.
the soup because it wasn't pie. Okay. Sorry.
No,
No, because
As I-
she who hunts could be the statues we've been finding with all the ravens. Very
Yeah.
easily could be that Lady of the Lake, a Lady of the Lakes. We might not find till we check out the Serpool or any of the other major bodies of water.
Who did we talk to by a giant lake?
We did speak to Madame Eva.
And it
But-
might not be
Just
literal. It might
saying.
not be like the Lady of the Lake. It could have some analogy.
I hear you.
The Madame Eva was next to a river, not a lake.
Wasn't it a lake? It was a
Near
pool.
pool.
Yeah, but that's
Like I
like
said,
that's
it might.
like
It doesn't have to be
tiny-
literal.
That's a tiny lake. Like if we're gonna go off of
Okay.
a lake, we would
3
assume,
ladies.
like Lake Baratok. I would assume.
3 ladies crouched by open flame. One sat weaving, Greenteeth, for sure. One slept dreaming, the other watched the skies for rain. Like, listen, I could be out here, like, this is just what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm scoping pretty ladies. I feel
She's
like
even-
This is the you found shattered stained glass that Colin was able to determine what it originally looked like, and this was it.
Right. So we haven't found the lady who hunts. Well, wait. We were in the Barrow. They had a. Oh God, where was that?
Okay, well, I mean, the lady on the right does kind of look like Madame Eva.
And the
So
one on the left kind of looks like.
yeah, I think you
Jeny.
have it.
it's just a theory that's out there. The other thing, Winchester, when you spoke to the entity, you told it, like, after you lost your eyes, you said your gifts have been double-handed. And there, Luca, like, made a point to say she, glowing green form with green vines. And she wants to restore the land to pristine form. You can be my champion. That could have been one of these gals.
Yeah.
From a very meta perspective, I think it would be very interesting to test out some theories if Winchester tried to talk to Jeny, like, about this entity, right? Like, that's the kicker, right? Like, we're in this land, we're of this land. I've got my telescope, I can, like, try and figure out from that perspective. But, like, other characters have, like, different tie-ins. So I'm like, but what if you ask?
Yeah.
But what if you asked? But what if you went to there? Because, like, that to me is the thing that makes sense.
No, I get you.
Let's see. And right after that is when we met Jeny. So many threads in Vallaki. That was a reference to, like, ways we could go, kind of a deal, for certain. She's looking for her sister. Yeah, offering a spell in exchange. Find her in her hut west of Vallaki. Yeah, there's the ladies again. She knew about Irina, like, living again. Always so sweet, this one.
No, I think especially because Jeny hasn't been here this long. I think you have this.
Yeah, here's the other thing though, and this is what I was looking for. Irina, like, I gave up hair and then I perception checked the shit out of Jeny as I did it. And she's got her blind white eye. And the note that I have here is that I felt like for a second I saw 8 of them. So, like, that's my thing is Jenny's she's something else. She's something else.
I don't like it.
Well, she's she who weaves, bound into a mortal form to hide from the dark powers, probably, or at least forced into it because dark powers are pervasive around here. Yeah. And Stoneheart has been forced into hiding, which is why she's looking for her. And then Madame Ava could certainly be beholding the gifts of prophecy beyond standard Vallaki prophecy, as the Lady of the Lake.
I'm also kind of annoyed now because I'm looking at notes. Luca, I insight checked the following morning to, like, see what's up, and I have the note: who did Greenteeth see? Strahd, you son of a bitch. God damn it. Because she ran, fuck. Even then we should have known. But she also said she only weaves things of beauty. So, not that that's good, not that that's bad, but it's not necessarily, doesn't fill me with dread, I guess.
It's nature.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right,
All
for
of their
sure.
eyes, yeah.
For sure. Anyways, these are my theories. I don't know.
A beholder has 9 eyes, so we're good on that.
Well, 11.
She's definitely Spider Lady. For sure.
Certainly.
Is it 11?
They have 10 eye stalks and 1 center. But that's a normal beholder. That's not even all the kin. Anyways. Welcome. Thank you for joining us in this morning's episode of Dark Echoes. We Think About It segment. Conspiracy theories.
Welcome to our TED Talk. Thank you for coming to our
story.
TED Talk Barovia. Now we give the stage to Miss Greenteeth for her history of the land.
Yes. So, as you sit down to listen to her story, you will... Let me just change this. You will be sitting there and just your eyes kind of drifting to the fire, looking into the flames as the rhythm of her weaving on the loom kind of lulls you into her story. And she will tell you, long ago, this was a wild land. A free land. And the people that lived here, the druids and the men of the hills, were very connected to the land. They respected it. There was harmony. And then, at some point, this cloud, this storm rolled in. A man obsessed with power, with subjugation, obsessed with what he could not possess, took this land controlled this land, stole and desecrated this land, and cursed it. Little did he know that he himself would be trapped in his own curse. But the land changed, becoming stuck, stagnant, not of nature and wildness anymore. Nature changes. It grows. But here there is no growth. There is no change. Just unceasing, relentless cycles of pain and torment for all that live here. There was a group of sisters. The young one was very friendly with the local peoples. She loved their stories. Always very fond of the dramatic retellings around their campfires. The way they could create whole little worlds in their own, just using their voices. It was a sort of magic. She would visit them from time to time. They would give her gifts, and she would give them gifts in return. But when that storm rolled in, so many of them were slaughtered. As a sort of torment to her. And she no longer got gifts from them. They were warped and disfigured, cursed just with the rest of the land. Every once in a while, visitors come. And they try. Like waves battering themselves against the rocks, they try. But never before has there been travelers such as you. And she will stop and look at you. And Colin, she will look straight at you. There is a way that you could get it. You must find it. I know you have seen it. But you must plant it. But it needs a heart to grow from. And she will stop, and you realize, as you kind of come back to yourself, that her weaving is finished. And it is a beautiful tapestry of 3 sisters. And holding between them is the Basin of Barovia. And if you come over and look at it, each of the sisters are touching this almost like map of the land at different points.
Can we ascertain where these points are?
Yeah.
Yes. Would you like to just wander over and inspect the tapestry?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Irina, it's gonna come uncurled from her chair where she's been quietly listening and braiding her hair, and is going to go examine the tapestry.
Yes. There is a woman. She seems to have almost antlers protruding from her hair, and she wears half of a wolf skull down over the top of her face. And her long claws are pointing over the mountainous region to the south of the land. And the woman with dark raven feathers woven into her hair, and one of her eyes missing, has her hands over the forests near the town of Barovia. east of the Castle Ravenlaw. And then there's a woman with 8 eyes and more limbs than she should have. And she is holding thread and seems to be sewing it and finishing up this map within the tapestry over a kind of central area that looks swampy, and it's a little south of where you are now. And she will look up at you. They were beautiful, don't you think?
Yes, definitely so.
The oldest was very cranky.
I think possibly I have something that might. Oh shoot! Out of game. Did I give that book to anyone? Did I let anyone else take it?
What book?
The one that I found in the rubble of the sisters.
You still have it.
Dope. I think I found something that might be valuable to you, and he'll kind of walk over and show her the book.
Which book is this? It has been a while since you found it.
I don't know where it is in Foundry, if we're being honest. It's like a tattered book, I'm pretty sure, that has let me see if I can find it in the handouts. I think it tells the story of the 3 sisters, that book.
It's the one we found. You're talking about the abandoned church with all the viney vines, right?
Yep.
Was it the Poems and Ballads of the Ladies 3?
Correct. I believe so. But let me double check. Yeah. The Ladies 3. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So again, my handout. You cannot see it, but you can click on the PDF of it. And scroll through it.
It is a very good handout.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. We'll let chat see it.
So a little pat yourself on the back.
Where is that located in the actual items though, in handouts?
It should be under player area, handouts, books, and paper.
See, it's
She
not.
who seeks is literally the painting of MandyMod. So
It is not in mine, which is interesting, but we found it, so that's what matters.
So yeah, the Ladies 3 Poems and Ballads. I wish you were here and you could touch this. But there are it's a very thick old book. It's not even quite paper. It's like vellum stretched over very thin wood. And there are poems and ballads throughout. Including like a She Who Hunts, Where Is My Lady, Prayer to the Seeker, a little fable about the white wolf, She Who Seeks, Lady of the Lake, The Warrior's Folly, a few just little fables, and She Who Weaves, The Spider's Bargain, 3 ladies crouched by open flame. One sat weaving, one slept dreaming, and one watched the skies for rain. And she will look at that as you hand that to her, Colin, and just kind of grin. Oh, that is just children's stories. Half remembered from the days before. You may keep it. Maybe it will help you.
Oh, okay. Well,
but if you would like, I know you did come here seeking assistance. I do have something that I think would be useful to you.
Well.
And she will pull out an item that I made. She will pull out a length of silken rope.
All right, if you could just ship that to me today, that'd be cool.
Not gonna ship you rope.
Crazy.
Let me find the stats for it. Sorry. It is a rope of weaving. This silken rope is a pale green in color and is sturdier and finer than any other type of rope. This rope has 6 hit points and can be burst with a DC 25 strength check. But when commanded, the rope weaves itself into whatever the user wants, up to a 10 by 10 area or a 5-foot cube. Possibilities include a hammock, net, a little box bag,
A gun.
protective wrapping around an object. So think like anything you could possibly make with macrame.
Cool. As I look at it, thank you. And I go to grab it and Colin too kind of on my shoulder. Can I purposely like touch her hand and like forearm as I grab it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Do I see anything? Does anything happen?
You will see a flicker of 8 eyes and what seems to be almost a bare second of shadow, like limbs extending behind her, and strands of silken thread stretching out behind her.
Awesome. I just look her in the eyes and without revealing anything to the rest of the party, I just give her a wink and go and sit back next to Toby.
She will wink one of the 8 that only you can see.
Irina, looking at the tapestry, if he were to be gone, if the man who controls and desecrates were to be cut down, what would happen to these sisters?
The future is not my forte. I remember the past. But I do know that you will never defeat him as long as he is the land. You must reclaim it.
How?
She will glance back at Colin. Some of you have already been shown. Colin, would you like to share anything or no? Nope. Yeah.
I mean, she said it out loud, so I have to address it. I'm just like, I'm kind of new to this land, and I don't know if I'm piecing things together efficiently, but I do see things, so I'm working on it. Don't want to jump to any conclusions, though.
Why not share your series? We're good company.
No, I'd rather not.
It seems very counterproductive to us being able to solve the problem, no?
Counterproductive to you, maybe, but not to me.
Very well. Extract it from you later, which I'm sure you'll have another pleasant time to sit and chat amongst friends
in this land of constant, unending horror. It's fun though, yeah. Being a little petulant, it's good. It keeps the blood flowing.
Jenny, may I ask, when we happened upon you before, you were looking for your missing sister. Were you able to find her?
No. I believe that she is captured somewhere, being held against her will. She was always very severe and aloof, but I would have heard from her by now, one would think. I do not know what happened to her, but perhaps, should you make it down south of the mountains, you could keep an eye out for her.
Yes. Would there be people there who would know? A village or someone we could seek out?
The main village that used to be there is no more. Washed away in rage.
I understand.
Arena, can you roll a history check for me?
Yeah, I was just gonna like flip through my notes to see if, because I know what that is, but
Sorry. Oh.
I'm scared.
Natural 20.
Oh my god. Arena, you are going to disassociate for a moment. And you are going to have crisp, clear memories of laying in your bedroom in a house in which you did not feel safe. And someone dark and tall coming through your window at night and talking to you softly. You losing a sense of yourself under the hypnotic tones of this voice. You remember a pain as men of the cloth in robes, like clergy robes, yelled and threw things at you, dousing you in various potions and enchanted oils. And then a man, which you have no kind feelings towards, stalks towards you with a stake. And a deep, deep pain in your chest and the rising waters of an angry flood.
A terrible thing happened there, didn't it?
Yes. Many terrible things happened there.
Was it me?
That is such a hard question to answer. Who are you now? This object of desire? Always to just be placed, lusted after, controlled, married. Who are you, Irina?
I am Irina Kolyana. I am a daughter, a sister. I am a scholar, a hunter. A place of respite, if I can help it. I'm an adventurer with these brave people. And when this is all said and done, I will never be an object. Never. so long as I'm alive. And I will be the bane of Strahd's existence to the end of my days.
Perhaps then there is hope this time around. She will turn back to you, Colin. I hope that one day you learn to trust your comrades. That they help you succeed in finding what you need, since you are not the only one trapped here.
Well, we can only hope.
Perhaps she will help you find it. And when she says she does not glance at Arena or give any indication that that's the she is talking about. Is anyone else doing anything?
I don't know if there's ever really going to be a moment where I can get like an aside with Jeny, but if that comes up, I'd like to.
I mean, she's just sitting at this loom while everyone is around the fire. So, I mean, if you just want to... I don't know that it would be the most private conversation, though.
Yeah, and I don't know if I can be afforded privacy at this point anymore. I mean, it's pretty out in the open. That's fine. I apologize. You seem to know a lot of this land more than, well, most that we've encountered. And some of the things that you have said bring back memories of visions that I've had, and I just wonder, do you know of a remedy or maybe even could you help me understand what afflicts me?
Afflicts you? From what I can tell, it was voluntary. Whatever deal you have made, know that there are many beings that lurk in the mists. There are many watchers at all times, always waiting for their chance to rise. But if you are regretting your bargain, perhaps you can revisit, but I would not know.
I'm more confused about I made a bargain early on when we first arrived in this land. And that's what took my eyes. But I reached out to whatever powers there were, and I don't think I made a bargain per se, but was given this, and I will make the stake appear.
Her mouth is gonna pull back in what you think is a grin at first, but it is very much like an animalistic grimace. And she, like, stiffens of sort. Yes, you do have that. I see it.
Do you know what this is? Where it came from?
It is part of your bargain. It may not have asked anything of you yet, but it will. It's always such a beneficial thing at first.
I believe it is already taken from me.
Soon it will have you take from others, I am sure.
And there is no way out of these bargains that you know of.
I am sure there is, but it may not be a comfortable thing.
If I want to know more, I assume I will have to converse with the entity that I made the bargain with.
I would assume, yes. If you want to know, you must ask. But please do not do so here in my home. I do not need any more gaze upon myself.
Do not commune with any dark entities in your house. Got it.
Thank you. It does help.
If I might.
Van Richten, Sir Van Richten, I believe
What's-
you wanted something to protect against death.
Yes, not knighted yet, important distinction, but working on it. My publisher, last I heard from him, was putting out some feelers.
Over, and some more candles on the wall will spring to life near some shelves. On those shelves, I believe there is a jar of Death Ward. But its price is not something that you can pay with coin.
Thankfully, I have not brought much coin. I have something a bit more potent.
And I'll reach in and reveal the amulet from under my.
Oh no, nothing like that. For the Death Ward, you will need to bring me something.
Ah. Of course. What would that be?
There is an overgrown orchard to the southwest. There is a quiver of arrows. I'm sorry, southeast. That I would like you to bring to me.
I know what these arrows do.
They would shoot from a bow, most likely.
Indeed. My goodness, technology moves so quickly these days. And the other properties? How would I know them by the look from another distinct quiver?
You will know them. They will be a very obvious quiver of arrows in an otherwise overgrown orchard. It should be no problem for you, famed monster hunter, to pick them out.
I am not so much like Khan, you can't stroke my ego and get what you like. But your kindness is appreciated, of course.
Kind of look to the party, nods all around. Yeah.
What kind of nod are you looking for?
An affirmative one?
About going to get your quiver?
No, about accepting the deal in its whole. I mean, I assume I can put two and two together and get the Wizard of Wines over to our orchard to the southeast, because that makes geographical sense.
So the Wizard of Wines would be southwest. This is
Southwest.
southeast.
Southwest is oh.
But
Well.
So she said an orchard, not a vineyard.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's an
One sec,
Bird
one sec.
botany, nerds.
I heard.
Actually,
it's
was
an
it
angry orchard.
Was it an overgrown orchard? I heard grove, and so like I'm
No,
just-
or-
No,
oh.
she said
I
orchard.
heard orchard.
Yeah.
To your point, though, you do not get a nod from me. No.
Even more of an endorsement, son. God, wait, do I have
Are there
materials?
other spells or trinkets? And she'll just kind
It's
of
just death ward
that you would need.
I
Just death ward.
I mean, I have death ward. I got it.
Wanting
I'm
just-
immunity from
this-
death.
I think
No,
he's
I
looking
think he-
for the.
I'm looking for like revivify.
He's looking
kind
for
of-
the suppository diamond that is for revivify.
Oh, please.
If you would like the raise dead spell, it is quite a bit more expensive. And I do not know that you would be willing to give it.
that is a hop, skip, and a leap from Revivify.
I don't think I. To be fair, I have not tried to raise the recently dead in this land. Will the simple revivification not suffice?
It might. You are welcome to try it. I do not give out revivification here. I don't really stock it much.
Hmm.
I'd accept your bargain.
Quiver of arrows for the dust of death warding. It seems a fair thing.
It is not a dust of death ward. You uncork that bottle and you cast the spell.
Ah. Even better. And how should we seal this initial deal? I am sure there may be others.
Oh, you just bring me back that quiver and you can have the spell.
But I understand you're a lady of your words, and I will hold you to it then, as you would hold
It
hold
is
me
just
to mine.
items for sale, no deal required. You offer payment and I in exchange of goods and services.
Ah, you see, promissory note.
As soon
Well,
as I
you
bring the
cannot
quiver
have
on.
the spell now, of course. Yes, you must bring the quiver as payment.
Understood. Understood.
Have you never been in a shop before, famed monster hunter?
I admit my
He is
celebrity might
Slayer.
be getting to my head.
He is slayer of werewolves, not slayer of deals, you understand.
I understand.
Ah, yes. Not a bargain hunter. But once I have found this quiver and I bring it to you, I am sure we will have many more stories to share.
Very good. And you don't need the raised dead.
It's tempting, very tempting, but I fear that, as you noted, I might not be willing to pay the price. Unless you would be considering a soul that could provide that.
Oh, no, I just require a finger for the raised dead. Soul is much too steep of a price for that.
Finger. Finger. My finger, to be clear.
Yes. From your hand.
Well, that is a thing, isn't it?
If you need some help, I have a sword.
You jumped on that entirely too quickly.
Yeah. It's always fun to cut off a finger or two.
I will consider your offer. Perhaps when we return, I will have run into an unfortunate circumstance, no?
Perhaps. But I would like it not stuffed in some bag. And she will kind of like smile predatorily. I would, of course, take it off of you myself. And again, her teeth are just going to like shine in the candlelight.
I think we'll figure out at the moment. I will let you know. I will be considering this deal in our journeys.
Well, I am sure you are all tired and wanting to rest now. You may do so if you would like.
Irina's gonna be like, she's lost in thought and is gonna look across the cottage to where Toby is just been chilling. Toby, have you just been kind of like ping-ponging the conversation? Or like what's your deal?
I have been eating the thorax of that face spider like a fucking watermelon at this point.
Okay. Irina's gonna watch as this happens. And then turn to Jeny. Jeny, actually, you said that you remember the past. That you of things that came before.
Oh yes, very good memory.
I have a question very specific. And Irina will move over and stand next to Toby. And when we were in Vallaki, there was a group of people who had a prophecy, a belief that Toby, and she's going to lay a hand on Toby's shoulder, was meant for some great fate here. That he was a part of the larger picture. Do you know of this?
Yes, I know of it. He sat there stunned in her dining room while she talked and showed her painting.
Yes. I will not be able to reach my end if Toby meets an early one.
He's just gonna
What?
like stop eating like at the mention. They're like, what the fuck?
Could you tell us what this prophecy really foretells? What it's really about?
Oh, I believe she got some reading from this Madam Eva. And she will kind of like roll her eyes at the name. And has just taken it so very far. As for the prophecy of why she has assigned your friend here, the bringer, who knows what whispers in the mist to her. But I will tell you, never trust a zealot.
Yes, well, it seems that Barovia has no lack of intense belief. Toby, is there anything that you want to know? Perhaps she can remember for you. If it happened here or in a place beyond.
When you were sleeping at Annabelle's party, she said she saw something I don't remember about myself. Do you know anything?
I cannot
About-
see your past since you were not here for those days. However, I do know what she saw. Would you like to know? And she's just gonna glance over at Winchester.
Well, I did ask her, so I think part of me wants to. People keep telling me there's stuff about me, or I keep seeing these things I don't remember happening. And I think maybe it'd help.
She saw a terrible vision of you Toby as a man. You
So just to kind of like look at himself like, okay, it's kind of weird since I look like this my whole life.
She saw your wife and your daughter. A young, happy thing. With chubby cheeks and rosy glint to it and curly hair, just like her father.
Also
And
weird
she
because I have never
saw
been
you
married.
become cursed. Cursed and unable to control it. The daughter and wife suffered as a result. They were ended as a result. Do you want me to continue?
I'm kind of confused because it just doesn't make sense why I wouldn't remember. Or
You
how
had
I was a
friend,
person.
a friend in the forest who helped you forget.
But Toby only has one friend. Winchester.
Yes,
You know what she's talking
Winchester.
about.
Making those potions for you, Toby. You had to know deep down somewhere, Toby.
I mean, I met Winchester a few years ago, but I remember a whole life when I was just a hatchling, not even like a whole life. How could I live two different lives?
But Annabelle's visions showed your friend giving you these potions, making you forget. As for the rest of the history, I only know what she saw.
I like look over to Winchester and then kind of like look down at his lap. And just kind of like mull over his hands and legs for a while.
Does Winchester say anything?
Too busy looking at bugs. Toby, this might be something that a lot of people don't agree with, but if you're happy with who you are now and it's all you know, maybe digging up the past is more trouble than it's worth.
But I don't even know if it's mine. It doesn't make sense.
Winchester, explain. Do you know about this? Do you understand what she is saying? Is this truly a curse?
There are things that will remain a secret until Toby himself has decided he wants to hear it.
Well, I guess that sorts that out. He will say.
Very fun.
Jeny is just going to say to herself and just stand from the loom with like a few like creaking joints. And as you look around the room, it is now like kind of expanded and almost a tavern, like sleeping quarters with 5 beds laid out. And the fire is now smaller and more cozy. And she will look at you and, if you don't mind, I think it is time for rest. You will be safe here. but I will retire. And at this point, like, Khan will come kind of slinking back up the stairs and curl up next to one of the beds.
No, Colin's not a bed.
And she will push past the
Oh, Khan can use me as a bed. It's fine.
the beaded curtains in the back, and retire for the evening.
I think at that point, Van Richten will also stand. I think I should also take this moment to have my leave. But before I go, I understand that my doctorate might seem superficial compared to the monster hunting, but it does come with some handy advice. See, when you get to the doctor, to heal the wound, you need to take the weapon out first. I understand some of you might not feel you're in the presence of medical professionals, but if you don't take it out, eventually the wound will not heal. Something to think about.
What are you blabbering on about, and why are you leaving at this moment?
I'm going to sleep.
Oh,
And
it sounded much more dire than that. I thought you were just heading off on your own already.
Yes, well, I won't spare you this unique torture.
Oh. Oh, that's my note to also go to sleep. So
Irene is going to move over to Richten. Her face, since the conversation between Toby and Winchester has just been a solid set line. She'll put a hand on Richten's shoulder and tap it a few times and turn back and look like at the party, particularly at Colin. Enjoy your secrets. The luxury they bring you. I envy you. Because every step we take, my life is played out in front of you, whether I like it or not. Enjoy the choice of it. And know that it could be our doom. And she will find a thing and just slip into it and not say another word.
I'm going to go to bed next to Khan. I would, of course, give him the requisite scritches.
Okay, you guys can nod off to sleep. In this room, and eventually wake up with the sense that it is morning, even though the dark curtains hold out any light. But should you open the door and check out, it will appear morning, though still misty and overcast. And the most of the sky hidden by the canopy of forest. Jeny is nowhere to be seen, but there is a small table of more candied beetles and strange yellow drink.
not really a fan of yellow drinks myself.
Could I give that drink a waft to see if it's potable?
Toby's description of eggnog-ish is pretty close. It is kind of like a creamy yellow that smells of spices.
Oh God, that kind of drink just it makes me physically fucking cringe because a drink should not be like that ever.
Oh, I did drink that with Toby, so but I think I got my fill. I'll take a beetle or two for the road though.
Yeah, photo protein. Gosh, do I have any? What equipment do I have again? Yeah, I have alchemy supplies. I'll just take a small little ladle and try like a little spoonful. And it's just like a spiced nog.
Not alcoholic.
Yeah, I mean that's the closest thing that we could describe it as. Kind of like a spiced, creamy drink.
day I meet a hag that actually has bread and salt will be a day I no longer trust bread and salt. Let's go. I need to keep moving. I think my bones might seize up.
The rest of you are waking as well as this is going on. Are you guys preparing to leave?
Irina will wake up and look around, and will wordlessly begin to prepare her pack to leave, putting the eggnog. Do I get the sense that this is perishable, like kind of like a drink now or forever, never drink?
Yeah, you probably would not want to pack this on the road.
Yep, so she's absolutely...
The candied beetles, you could probably get away with doing that.
She'll drink it. She's going to enjoy this tasty bev, and pack all of the stuff. And once she's ready, she'll kind of go off a little bit away from the campsite and just stand at the roadside, like ready to leave.
Okay.
Flemington will be out there with her, and Khan, of course.
Winchester will follow Irina, and away from the group will approach and in a very flustered manner just say, Irina, I understand your lack of trust for us because we do not tell you everything, but please just know that my relationship with Tobias is more complicated than you can possibly imagine. And if he does not come to terms with what has been done on his own and wants it on his own free volition, you have no idea the consequences that will happen. It is more than just this. This is this man's entire being.
You misunderstand, Winchester. It is not that I don't trust you. I have no choice. I must trust you all from the moment I met you, that you would help me. It is that you do not trust me. It is that I must walk next to you, not knowing. You think I don't understand? I am trapped here, living lives I cannot remember over and over. And yet I must trust you. Must.
We are trapped here as well, Irina. I wish we were not.
And one day, maybe you leave. But what if I don't?
I don't think there is a scenario where we leave and you would not be able to as well. We are all here until we die over and over and over again as well, or Strahd is killed. And we cannot kill Strahd if Tobias loses himself again.
And we cannot help if we do not know. I am asking for your trust, Winchester. In the same I ask for Collins and Van Richten and Toby's. You have mine. I cannot give any more. What little I keep for myself. That is all.
Tobias came to me, afflicted with lycanthropy of the, well, what you see now. I attempted to cure it. by the means that I knew. And I sent him back to his family. And the next time he changed, he did not come back. He slaughtered his people. And he came to me again, and he just wanted to forget. That's all I could do for him. I have no idea how to cure him. I have tried so many times. All I can do is give him a life free of the burden. Do you understand now, Irina?
She moves the gap between them and just pulls him into a hug and just holds Winchester as tight as she can. Like with a hand like on the back of his head, just holding him for a minute or as long as he'll let. And we'll let him go and look directly into where his eyes were. There is no life free of burden in this land, Winchester. There is no life free from suffering, from pain. And though it kills me, and I know the burden you carry with this is great too, we will not survive if Toby does not live in this land with us. Remembering, knowing. I will not tell you what to do. If I could not know my life, my curse, my fate, think of all those who would get hurt. I will not tell you what to do. But no, you do not have to carry this on your own. You never did. And when you decide, I will support you. But I think that he needs to remember. He needs to know who he really is, so he can decide who he's going to be.
If we don't find another hag in 7 days, he will remember regardless.
What is it that you need?
Very expensive asbestos. Altering people's memories.
We should ease into it then. And we should let him know that it is coming. You should not lie to him. Or the others. Van Richten is likely to put a bolt in his head.
I am genuinely afraid for what Toby might do when he finds out. Truly finds out and remembers.
You will not be alone, and neither will you. You were there when I found out. You've held my hand and stepped with me. Let me return the favor. Please.
I would still prefer he take it on his own volition, but if we get to a place where we have a moment to rest and talk, then I will talk to him. Or we.
I leave that in your hands, Winchester. I trust you. Thank you.
Get on the road.
I assume you guys head out back onto the Svalich Road.
Is Toby? I guess Toby and I are the last to leave the hut. Is Toby doing anything in here?
He's been pretty quiet. He didn't even finish off the spider like he wanted to, leaving the head as the best part, just untouched. Kind of wrapped it up. He doesn't even eat any of the little beetles or any of that nog. And just stares at the ground a lot and just kind of like looks over his hands and feet a lot. Like he'll probably need cueing to move right now.
He'll need what to move right now?
Cueing.
Okay. All right, Toby. Head on out. I'm right behind you. And as we start walking towards the door, I'll pat Toby on the back and kind of a very polite push through the door. And as Toby exits, I'll start to exit and start to close the door, but I'll just kind of look back and just look over the whole area once more before exiting and closing the door behind me.
Okay. You guys can head back out on the road. Let's see here. You return once again to the Svalich Road, heading west towards Krezk. And as you walk, the forest here is quite old and very dense and almost still. The temperature has grown quite a bit colder as you continue kind of west-northwest. The temperature drops continually. And as you walk along, you eventually, throughout the day, after quite a few hours of walking, kind of in thoughtful silence, no one really speaking, no road chatter, making conversation, eventually you will see a ruined cottage off the side of the road, draped in cobwebs. Do you guys just keep walking?
I would
Irene-
oh yeah.
Yeah, just a glance. Make sure there's no creepy crawlies that are gonna come out and like get us, you know.
The walls are mostly fallen. It does appear like there is a form in there, but nothing looks to be moving. And you can continue on.
We can form.
Are you looking?
Can I just like get a little closer and just let the blindness do the work for me?
Yeah, it appears that inside the ruined cottage here, there is the corpse of a naked woman.
Okay.
Are you going to investigate any further, or are you going to continue on?
Hold a moment. It doesn't seem there's any danger. I would like to see what happened to this place.
I'll join you.
Yes, I will go and investigate the...
Yeah, are you doing an investigation or like a medicine check, or what are you doing?
Oh, I can do medicine. Yeah, let's do that. And hold on. Would you say I'm making a diagnostic check? So like figuring out how someone dies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
fine.
an advantage for me.
That's fine.
Let's do that. That is a 21.
Okay, so her skin, she's spread out like on a wicker table, covered in cobwebs and dust. Her skin is snow white and cracked, like plates of dusty porcelain, placed over top of like dead, rotting flesh. And her eyes are milky and opaque. Her lips are black and supple. And her abdomen is split open as if sliced surgically, revealing inside twisted brambles of decomposing bark. And with the 21 medicine check, you will realize that she is still breathing ever so slightly.
No!
I was just going to ask if there are any blankets in the house, but now we're having a different turn of events. Winchester, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh my god. The brambles, they don't look like terror vine, do they?
They do.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Nah. Staying away from that. Can I just, like, go up to the head of this woman and say, hello? Are you still with us?
There is no response other than this ever so subtle breathing that you have now sensed.
Oh, God.
She seems unable to hear you.
Hold on. Is there something I can do here? I have shaped plant. Oh, I have to touch it though? No, not doing that. Not touching the terror vine. And I haven't had any time to actually take a look at the terror vine that I have. So
Khan can tell that you're hesitating, and he'll kind of just look at you, Winchester. If you're afraid to touch the body, I might be able to help protect you a little bit.
No, I don't think so. Oh. This is gonna be weird. Do I need to touch this? No.
While you're looking, Van Richten joined us, it sounds like.
Well, if we're all going to be standing around, I might as well make myself useful, yeah? What's the
What
situation?
are you doing? Yeah, what are you guys doing to, like, is anyone touching anything, or are you all just standing around?
I'm waiting to see
something.
what Vinchester's doing.
Yep.
Yeah, I pull out like a little twig that I have in my back pocket, and I put it in front of me and whisper some arcane words and snap it. And I can now speak with plants. And I would like to know what the fuck happened here, talking to the terror vine. I guess I should probably roll for this. You there. A version of nature. What are you?
Your mind is filled with a painful, horrifying shrieking. Please roll wisdom check for me. A wisdom save. Sorry.
Okay. 11. God.
Okay, hold
You
on
have a plus
just
2 from chat.
a second.
13.
Yeah, I have a reaction ready if I can tell that something bad is happening to Winchester.
Chat, I just got...
Please
13.
take 50 psychic damage as the screaming and shrieking of this perversion of nature that has done this to this body fills your mind.
That is so many sevens. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Obviously, doing this much damage, he shows physical pain, right?
Oh yeah, he's gonna double over, I am sure, clutching his
so
head.
I'm gonna throw out the rope real quick, and I'm gonna do a net around, because you said the body's on a table, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is to throw out the rope and ask it to net the body to the table immediately after that happens.
It absolutely will. However, even though this rope is very silken and very light, you will hear the cracking, breaking of porcelain as all of her bones seem to crack under even the slightest weight of this, and the skin tears off like loose fabric. And she will just kind of collapse into pieces. As she dies, she exhales as a foul smell fills the room, and a spider unlike any you have ever seen, just a small one, crawls out of her mouth onto the floor and heads out of the ruins.
Two things really quick. One, capture her soul in the amulet. Because I can hold up to, I have 3 charges a day, and I believe I need to ask the Baron some questions, but as long as I have 1, that's the kick, that I get my +2 that I need. 2.
The amulet is going to darken into a black color. Almost as if instantly oxidized over thousands of years.
Interesting. Okay. And 2, because this isn't necessarily I would remember, but I really want to scream it. It's just like the story from the book, Colin.
Yeah.
It's just the
spider coming out of the mouth here. So Winchester is bleeding out of every orifice in his body right now. Just like jets of blood shooting out of his ears and nose. And he fucking immediately severs the spell because, good God. And just like, bad idea. And just kind of stumbles out of the house towards, away from the house.
So no one is trying to catch that spider, right? From what I'm hearing.
Irina was outside. She wouldn't have known. And if Winchester comes barreling out bleeding, she's going to be
you hear a scream.
to him.
You hear a scream too.
Yeah,
but it's too early for that.
Yeah, she's rushing to Winchester, trying to catch him.
Why is it's always fucking Winchester.
Can I try to catch the spider in some kind of jar that I have in my pocket, most likely?
Yeah, could you roll a dex check? Almost like just roll initiative to see how quickly you can get out a jar and scoop up this skittering spider.
Well, I don't have anything, do I?
Just yours.
And currently the only thing is Luca has a reroll.
Oh,
hey,
you just got advantage.
Thanks, Vermin. Okay, because my initiative is very bad. There's no combat, so I'll just roll because it's I get no plus.
Oh.
18 on the first one. 18 on the second one.
Okay, yeah, you can scoop up this spider. Its coloring is and carapace is actually very similar to that of Terrorvine.
Oh no.
What color is it?
Similar to Terrorvine, of course.
It's like a mottled, dark green, but sickly looking, sinister looking.
Last question from me, and then I'll be done. Well, shoot. So Van Richten did capture her soul, so I did see her soul. I mean, it's not exactly at rest now. It's in an amulet. Is there any...
When
Released
you
soon.
looked at this soul, Colin, given your special supernatural ties, there was something wrong with it.
Mhm.
It underneath, it looked like the soul of a woman, but there was almost something laid over top of it, piercing into it, almost like vines.
Bye-bye, Baron. Is there anything left of the body or no?
No, it's all crumpled, decaying bark.
Okay, real quick, any personal effects that stand out to maybe belong to this woman?
Yeah, there's a few things, but it looks... everything in here is surprisingly old.
Mhm.
There are a few runic stones. Different, like little... almost like those dream catcher type of weaving things in little circles hanging. What are they called? Fetishes. Thank you. Thank you, brain. Just hanging, but like everything in here is ancient. It
I'm
would
ju-
seem from the old dusty broken bottles that whoever lived here in this cottage once upon a time, eons ago, was perhaps a healer or witch of something to the people.
Of course. I'm just gonna take whatever seems most personal and quietly, while the rest of the group deals with Winchester bleeding, I'm just gonna go bury it on the side of the house, and once I cover it up, I'm just gonna pat the soil. Not that it really matters too much, seeing as the soul is trapped in an amulet now, but it feels like the right thing to do, and that's what I'll be doing.
The body's completely gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. If there's anything left, I just would have cast Decompose on it.
There's nothing left.
Sorry, I missed it. What did you bury, Colin?
I'll let Luca choose what that was.
The broken, decaying remains of what's essentially just now bark.
Wait, what?
Her body.
I'm so right. The terror vine's gone.
Yes, when she died, it all just kind of decomposed. When he placed the net over.
I do have to pick up my rope as well, and after Winchester is done with everything, I will give him the spider in a jar.
Okay.
Yeah, spider in a jar.
Irina, as Winchester comes out in a panic, she'll go to catch him, and seeing that he's hurt, will immediately cast Cure Wounds.
Oh. I appreciate that, Irina, but yeah, I feel like I might need a little bit of a rest, to be completely honest.
It's all right. What happened? What was in there?
I don't know, but I got hit so hard that I'm speaking in the Scottish accent now.
Ruined his jaw. He's speaking gobbledygook.
It makes sense. Psychic damage. It damaged your
That's
frontal
pretty good,
cortex. Changed your
Oof.
personality.
Hi, Scotland. We love you. There's a reason they call it Scottish broke, or because it's broke.
Yeah.
I cast a spell to speak with the terror vine. Its name is Apt.
I'm-
did not.
I'm sorry, Winchester, but you are bleeding from underneath your bandage. So I'm going to need you to, before you explain the name of vines, we're just going to want you to sit down. Because I think you're not thinking straight right now.
Just give me one moment. He turns around and you hear replace the bandage.
Colin Van Richten, what is happening?
It's all taken care of.
As the body is decomposed entirely. Interacting with it cracks what remains as a corpse. We might have freed it from some torment.
I wish I had just put her out of her misery like I had planned to in the beginning. I don't know why I have these ideas of grandeur. I am always punished for them.
Rule number 1 to surviving is assume everything wants to kill you.
Yes. And this is why I did not touch it.
But you did. Communication is a type of touching.
So is it remedied then? Is the threat managed? Do we have what
I think
caused
so.
this under control?
Yes.
Hands it over, and now Winchester's holding it up.
A spider. A spider did this to you.
When I believe, I'm assuming that someone has explained to me the different carapace and colorations of the spider because I can't fucking see it.
Yep.
That is so annoying. I believe this is a representation of the corruption to the Weaver. It makes sense, the Weaver being of nature, and we've seen Terrorvine before, corrupting the shrines of the three.
You think this is the land adapting? You think this is
I don't think
his
this is the
influence?
land adapting. I think this is overtaking the land, corrupting it.
The Nat is an ambassador of Strahd, and we should be very careful.
I screwed the
what
lid
we
on
do with
really
it.
tight, so should be good. While you guys talk about the semantics of corruption and whatnot, I need to go over in these trees and relieve myself. I'll be right back.
Are you guys continuing on from here?
We could
Yeah.
find out.
Can we
Yeah.
take a short rest, please?
We could take a short rest. I mean, I could, if we need a moment, we could find out exactly what is going on here. We could ask questions of the soul.
I'm going to go cry while Colin relieves himself. So
You know,
All right.
I'm in a
Irina,
lot of pain.
Irina, I think your scolding may have gone too well. We are being given entirely too much detail.
Yes. You said you wanted to converse with the Baron.
Oh, 9. It's a woman soul.
Well, I'm gonna literally pass out for an hour, so you guys do what you want.
Are you Van Richten, what are you doing?
The amulet allows you to speak with dead with any soul contained within it. I will sit on the ground, place the amulet down like a little campfire. I will death ward myself. No, that's not right. I don't need that yet. I'll throw on a protection of good and evil on myself.
Van
So
Richten,
Yeah.
what is it that is so urgent to know now that this could not perhaps wait?
Well, if we're going to be waiting for them to finish up the business anyway, if we need a moment to catch our breath and...
I understand, but your amulet seems to have taken on a darker quality. Are you sure that it is... Are you sure that that will still do what you think it does?
My initial theory was that it is from the age of the soul.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Definitely not your normal type of soul. You should probably think before you do that, but I understand you don't have much time to do it, so but
What is different about the soul then?
Would you like to ask it and see?
I think Irina was pretty spot on, but who is this mysterious voice asking if we should ask it, me or you?
I mean, I could very easily ask it. It's a simple spell, but
I'm sorry, are we just glossing over the fact that it looks like
No,
it looks possessed? It looks evil.
Oh, that's not quite what I saw. It's
No, the amulet itself, Colin, look. And Irina's gonna point at the fact that his amulet just fucking oxidized and looks black as shit.
yeah, there's
And he wants to put his brain in there.
Oh, it wouldn't be putting the brain. It'd be kind of like, at least that was how I figured it.
Sorry. To further explain, it seems that there was something laid on top of the soul. That something didn't really quite get a good look at it, but I mean, yeah, it's obviously corrupted, and who knows what it's done to the other soul within the amulet.
Are you able to sense the other souls in the amulet?
I feel like I could, but I
There
don't know if the
are
amulet...
no other souls in that amulet.
Oh,
You ate
So
my
I-
Baron.
yeah. So as I kind of look at it, and I'm kind of just trying to reach out to the other side, as I focus on it, you'll actually see my hair start to go more silver as I'm focusing, and it kind of wisps in the wind. Correction, there's only one soul in there now.
Are you
interesting.
attempting to communicate with the soul in the amulet?
I have three options as they stand then. Allow me to air them. One, we can question the soul that is currently residing within it. 3 questions, and it vanishes through the ether. The second option is to simply get it out of there as quickly as possible right now. Just release the soul and... Oof. Third option is that I don't, and we hold on to it and hope that nothing ever comes of this.
Might I advise that there is no reason for us to act with haste, yes? Just keep it as it is. Don't feed it anyone else, it seems. And then if it becomes important and you need to vacate it, you can always do that, but look at Winchester. Look at him. You see how much blood is coming out of his ears? I've never seen that much blood come out of an ear before.
Oh.
The
What you're
question...
suggesting is to engage with something that you do not know, that is so powerful it has physically affected your item. You're just here in the middle of the road, perhaps in a church or something to offer some protection.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on if the spider is the one that fully corrupted everything, or it's more than that, I guess. But the question, I guess, becomes: do we have anything really to gain by attempting the fate of communicating with it?
I was not aware the soul had such a malefic effect. I simply thought it was aging, an old thing. But with the new information, I will hold on to it, and we can use this in a more controlled environment.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest destroying it.
Oh, no.
Can I vibe check the amulet? Just vibe check it. Just like, am I hearing like, if I look at it too long, do I hear Sauron like in my head? You know what I mean?
Could I add on to that with an Arcana check?
If you're vibe checking it, man, it does seem like whatever soul was taken into that amulet was corrupted. I mean, you saw the body. Imagine the soul. That's your vibe check. Anything further to try and connect with this amulet, and we will deal with that.
I'm just kind of interested in Arcana front. I mean, do I think I could safely release the soul without it? I could just kind of like.
Define safely release. You could successfully release this soul.
That's fair. That's a good cop. To my best approximation, the spirit that now inhabits this, would it cause harm to the party as long as it remains on my person, or is this a thing that's like I have a very dangerous tiger in a cage?
Who knows? Well, I mean, I know, but who knows?
Well, is it possible that I might know this thing? May I make your mind known to me through a game of chance?
No, unless you have the gift of foresight, you do not know that.
Okay, I just figured like an Arcana check or something.
Not for that. I mean, you know, you know
how the amulet works as intended, but like in the user manual, I'm assuming it didn't like when amulet oxidizes over. Fill out the following form and return to manufacturer.
Depending on how much we trust my ability to read the genre, I would definitely tell you, no matter what, not to communicate to that spirit yourself, especially if it lets it out in any way or gives it any power in any way.
It doesn't really give it power, it more just allows it to pass on. But
how often do you communicate and deal with souls, my friend?
I mean, listen, you are more than welcome to reach out and communicate with the soul in there.
Truly, Rickton. I trust your expertise. I am anxious about whatever happened.
I think we can safely assume that either option is equally dangerous, so just choose, please.
Oh, Winchester got his normal voice back. How nice.
I think there's not enough reward to risk it at this moment.
Very well. We are heading to a holy place anyway.
If you start to feel it weighing on you, I can wear it for a while. Just let me know.
But then you might take it.
He will try to take the amulet. It has a ghost in it. He absolutely will.
I don't know what I have use for of a random corrupted spirit, but...
Just think about it. I connected with the corruptor's mind. And this is what happened. If you connect with the corrupted's mind, I'm assuming this is what will happen.
So next time...
Sorry, I used to read ghost stories. And if a ghost or a soul had a body, and it could do what it did to Winchester, imagine what it could do when it needed a new body. That one, you said, fell apart? Yes, under the weight of the rope?
Yes.
Imagine what it could do with world-famous monster hunter at its disposal.
Your points are well taken. I think we are slightly misinformed as to the workings of the amulet, but
I agree.
I will take it under advisement that the next time I will interact with this in a more safe area, suffused several times in holy water and salted circles and such.
I think that is perfectly acceptable. Toby, what do you think?
He's sitting on the ground totally zoned out.
I agree. So the sun seems to be setting. I'm assuming we don't want to camp in the middle of a road.
we should try to make for a crossroad if we can find one.
Yes. So you continue on the road, and shortly after, come to a crossroads. You see a weather-worn signpost next to the road. The three arms of the sign point along the three branches of the road. The arm pointing north reads Krezk, and through the woods you can see an arching stone bridge spanning a river. The arm pointing east, back behind you, reads Svalich, and the road slopes up gradually in that direction. And the arm pointing southwest reads the Wizard of Wines, and that road slopes gently downward.
To Krezk, yes?
To Krezk.
Okay. You turn down the road towards Krezk, and that is where I will end us for this session. So, we will stop there, and then let's bring you back to the landing page. And I will update.
The map.
The map. There you go.
What's the map song from Dora the Explorer?
You are now
It's the
over
map,
there.
it's the
Science map.
Okay, so that is it for session 19 of Curse of Strahd Dark Echoes. Thank you all for joining us. Tune in for more every other Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific. The next episode will be Saturday, October 23rd, where our players will be arriving at the town of Krezk. I am Lukalok, and I have been your dungeon master this morning. Players, would you like to go off, go around and sign off? Tell us where else we can find you.
Yeah, hi, hello. I'm Osiris Franco. I play Irina Kolyana, the Human Ranger. If you like my face and the words I say sometimes, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Osiris Franco. As for what I've got coming up next, I'm in a variety of TTRPG content, both here on TBK Roleplay and over at Nat20. You can find me tomorrow evening on Nat20 in the Haunt trilogy, where I'll be joining with a new kind of short form character, which I'm really excited about. You can also catch me in the Harpers next Tuesday, if I've got that right. And then and back at Nat20 on the 20th for Against the Tides. I'm in Dark Echoes. And on the 23rd, following Dark Echoes, we will be relaunching Murder and Coffee, a GM talk show host, where I will be joined by my new co-host, the incredible Lukalok. We're going to talk about narrative threads and how to properly apply them in your games. And we have a special guest. Luca, do you want to talk about that just right now? Like, who are special guests?
Go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So we have... I'm going to make sure I get the name of the human person correct in my mind. Where did the thing go? It's from... Oh, gosh. Where is it? I put myself on the spot. Here we go.
Midnight Tower.
Yeah. Yes, Midnight Tower. We have Eric Jorgensen joining us from Midnight Tower, which is super exciting. And we're going to talk through all, narrative threads, so come check that out. Other than that, I know there's a bunch of spooky, fun one-shots here. I want to thank Luca for another incredible session of Dark Echoes. So many things happened, and my brain is so excited, and all the theories are happening. And kick it over to Cole.
Make sure to keep your theories in check, and I'm not allowed to be a part of any of them. Hello, my name is Korabi, and I play Colin, the human antiquarian who likes to talk to ghosts. I am not in anything else for all of October, because I will not be here on the 23rd. So we will have to have Luca control Colin, because I can't trust anyone else currently, no offense. Out of game knowledge, don't you guys be using, stuff you shouldn't know. Anyways, tonight the Top Shelf episode has been canceled, but there will be a interview coming out with the creator of Henshin and Common Rider Kenshin. I don't know if I say that first word correctly, but that is what it is. And we have a ton of other cool stuff. I will be back a couple times in November. So I stream on Twitch and I say stupid stuff on Twitter. So you can keep up and follow me there. On to Tyrant.
Hey everyone, I'm Tyrant. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Dr. Tyrant. I am the sleepiest person. It is very early. Well, not anymore, but it was very early. I played Charles Winchester, who just always gets the short straw. Always. Just, hi, bam! But it's fine. I love him. What I have coming up, come back for Dark Echoes on the 23rd. And I believe, Sarah, do you know when Against the Tides is this month? You're muted.
It is the 20th of this month.
The 20th. So over on that 20, on the 20th, I believe Wednesday the 20th, is Against the Tides, Wild Mount, Adventurer's Guide to Exandria, Adventurer's Guide to Wild Mount campaign, which is incredible, and that's where my Irish, Scottish, terrible accent was leaking over from. So come back and watch me make terrible decisions in both campaigns, because someone has to. But let's go on over to Tony.
Hey, I played Toby, our probably lizard folk barbarian. Some stuff got said, so I'll deal with that eventually, probably. I'm back here Tuesday for Harper's, and then the 19th for Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, the 20th for an Over the Garden Wall type of one-shot ran by Sir Heck, and then back here for the 23rd for Dark Echoes, and I believe the 24th? Is that the day of murder?
It is.
Where it's part 2 that Luke is running of Murder on the Eberron Express. But we're going to be on a party boat. It's going to be interesting. Other than that, I'm just going to be super busy after October with school. So I will be pretty hard to find. So we will shoot on over to Turk.
Hello, I'm Turk, or Turk Essential on Twitch and Twitter. I was playing Dr. Rudolph von Richten, Monster Hunter, and Cursed Item Haver. Probably would have been fine. But if you want to see more of what I do, then good news. Tonight we're going to be recording another session of Core Hearts, our Overarms campaign over on Neon Lights. So that should be a lot of fun when that eventually comes out. It's a big fun project we do. I'll be here on Tuesday with the Harpers. I'm be running a Call Cthulhu one-shot this Thursday for The Haunting from the Quick Start Guide. So it should be whole lot of fun. We have a whole bunch of characters made. That's going to be a good time. I will be over on Nat 20 for the third haunt in the trilogy there. We'll be running Oathsworn. It's going to be a fun high-level one-shot journey to the past again. And some prophecies will be revealed, probably, hopefully, in case everyone dies. 23rd we'll be back here. Curse of Strahd. 24th we have another excellent murder series, and then looking forward just a little bit to the 27th we'll be back with the Hubris of Man, the Aliens RPG, which is run by Megasteria, which has been absolutely excellent thus far. It's been a whole lot of fun, so definitely be sure to keep it locked here for all the excellent content coming within the next few weeks and the far future. So yeah, throw it back to Luca.
All right. I am here all month. I'm here all month. I'm back here tomorrow morning for Blood and Grit, where we've already done the world building episode. So tomorrow we actually start with our real characters for the rest of the miniseries. And then I am running a murdery one-shot, spooky one-shot tomorrow evening. And then Monday is Stargate, and then Tuesday is Harper's, and it just goes on and on. Just check out the schedule to come find me. I can also be found on Twitter or making graphic design stuff and streaming overlays on the internet. But yeah, thank you all for coming by, and we will catch you next time. Bye, everyone.